In today's video, I'm going to be talking about things I would add to my closet if I had to completely start from scratch. Now, starting from scratch with a whole brand new wardrobe is a feat, but these are the things that I would add that would aid me in feeling like I do have like a complete wardrobe and even somewhat of a capsule wardrobe. I limited myself to 10 things because realistically, if you had to build something from scratch, you're not gonna buy like 100 things all at once. You're gonna start off small. So 10 seems like a reasonable number, but the point of this video is to really highlight what I feel are like some key staples in a wardrobe, even if you're just somebody who is in a space where you're starting anew, starting afresh for whatever reason, and you're wanting to really build your wardrobe from scratch and really just kind of have foundational pieces, then this video is also for you. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Seyi and this is the Daily Seyi. On this channel, my goal is to help you look good and feel seen. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in and being a real one. First things first is a real leather jacket. This is actually something that I currently do not own. So I'm saying this, but it's something that I want to own in my wardrobe. A real, authentic, genuine leather jacket. Just because of the versatility of it, it can be dressed up, it can be dressed down for its warmth, and I think that it can work for a variety of seasons. It can definitely work for fall and spring. You can definitely layer it during the winter. One of those pieces that will stand the test of time and that you will get your bang for your buck, which is exactly why I want to eventually invest in a true 100% leather jacket. It can work really well with jeans. You can put it over like a satin dress and it kind of edges it up just a little bit. It can work with a pair of slacks. You can wear it to work. You can wear it for play. You can wear it for anything. Having it in your wardrobe will be a great staple because, again, if you're rebuilding, you don't really have the means to add like 10 jackets. You have that one jacket that you know, no matter what, will work really well. Now, obviously, the color is totally up to you. A black leather jacket to me is a staple, and I think it can be a staple for anybody's wardrobe, no matter if you're the most colorful person or you're the most minimalist person, it can still work. In that realm, next we have 100% cotton denim. At one point in time, I had like a plethora of jeans. I had a range. I downsized because obviously sizing has changed, but also donating or giving away things that no longer fit me, both, my aesthetic, but also my body. I think that the denim with stretch has its time and place, and there's moments where you just need that little extra tug. Even if it's like 99% cotton and that 1% elastane, I do think that is also one that works really well, but the majority of it needs to be cotton. And I say this because it lasts. This is why the Levi's be lasting as long as they do. This is why we see them in the thrift stores and they still look as good as new once you wash them. And you want pieces in your wardrobe that you know will last you, not a lifetime, but essentially like a lifetime. The structure of it also, to me personally, just looks better. It doesn't look floppy. It doesn't look like it's just going to the wayside. It just looks like a sturdy pair of jeans. And that's another thing that I actually need to own, I want to own, because I kind of got rid of a lot of my jeans and I feel like I'm kind of in a jean drought just a little bit, but I want a really like solid pair of like sturdy, no stretch jeans. Now, obviously sitting in those jeans sometimes could be a little wonky, but c'est la vie. You don't have to sit in them. Just walk around, just walk in them. Who said we gotta sit? But I just feel like they look really good. They look really polished. They look really put together. And once again, no matter if you're the maximalist, the minimalist, the colorful girl, the more neutral girl, it can be worn for each style and everything in between. Even like those jeans, like as you wash them and as they wear, they kind of tend to look better over time as well. So you're really getting your bang for your buck. Next on my list, and I feel like if you are not new to this channel, you should probably know what's coming next. Any guesses? Any guesses? A button up. Back to the cotton, 100% cotton button up. Something about a crisp button up that just like goes a long way. When I find a good crisp button up, I'm like, oof. And it don't have to be white. It could be any color you want. No matter what, it could be any color your little heart desires. I prefer to go for a white one just because I think white just works. It can quite literally work for everything. And I am privy to a more oversized button up. I do like the more oversized look. I just feel like it lends itself well to my personal style aesthetic. But if you're somebody who likes more kind of fitted, tailored cuts, then you can definitely go for a traditional style. An influencer friend, Alma, she has her brand Shop Fade, and they have a button up that I think is a nice like tailored button up. It has like a slight oversizedness to it, but it can be worn tucked in, it could be worn tucked out, and she's styled it many different ways. She's had other stylists style it as well. I will link her brand below, and she offers it in other colors, which is why I was saying it doesn't have to be white, because she offers it in brown, she offers it in blue, which I think those two colors, you know, work really well together, but also can work really well with other colors in your wardrobe. A cotton button up. Imagine that with your nice like sturdy jeans. You put that leather jacket on top with the next piece I'm about to tell y'all. You already have an outfit that can be remixed a number of different ways. And the next thing is a solid loafer. Now, the reason why I chose a loafer versus like another shoe was just because I think that a loafer is versatile in comparison to other shoes like heels, sneakers. I also do believe have their moments. Flats, I think also have their moments, and not everybody is like a ballet flat or flat shoe kind of person, but I do feel like for the most part, a lot of people like loafers. Like I feel like everybody likes a good loafer, and there are so many out there. You know, you don't have to go for the traditional style. You can go for ones that have a little flair to them. They have the platform ones, they have ones that are like kind of like mule style. I have my Gucci loafers that I absolutely love. There are different ways you can incorporate the loafer style into your wardrobe or into your style aesthetic depending on your preference and your style. To me, it is a versatile shoe. I do feel like a loafer honestly can work with a lot. Dressed up, dressed down. Now, obviously super, super dressy, you're probably not gonna go for a loafer. You're probably gonna go for like a nice heel. But for the in-between, for that kind of like upscale, casual, you can get away with a loafer, depending on what you're wearing. You can get away with the loafer. I included that as like the one main shoe that I would invest in and that I would be willing to actually spend extra money on because I know it's an investment. Like my Gucci loafers, I've talked about this time and time again. They're no longer being sold, but to me, that is an investment piece because it has definitely got its cost per wear. Like I wear that thing very frequently. I even brought it with me to Toronto, which doesn't even make sense because it's snow out here, but I've worn it out here. And honestly, it held up against the snow. So take my word for it or not. Next on the list is a sturdy tank top. Something about a really good tank top, just like, ooh. Kai Collective has their Now vest, and it's essentially like a tank top. To me, that is a sturdy tank. I do not own it, and it is something that I am wanting to buy by the time it gets like spring, summer, because I just feel like that's something that can, once again, I'm gonna say it, I keep saying it, versatile. It's versatile. It could be worn in a lot of different ways. That's the whole point of this video, was that things can be worn different ways. And I've seen people rave about it, how good the quality is. And everything I'm including here, depending on where you're buying it from, may be a little more pricier than like your Zara's, but I promise you it is worth the investment if you're rebuilding something, like if you have the means to. Now, obviously, if you don't, you can find these pieces at other places like a Zara, H&M, and they will, you know, still last you for as long as they need to last you. Like, I'm not saying you have to shop expensive, but if you're wanting to, if you have the means to, let me be very clear. If you have the means to, you know, spend a little extra in order to get like that really, really good quality, then I would recommend going the extra mile for some of these pieces. And I think that Now vest is one of those pieces. Like it does run like, I think around 104 or 120, which, okay, for a tank vest is like, dang. But from what I hear, the quality is A1. And people said the quality is better than the Loewe tank, which, you know, the Loewe tank had its moment too. But even with that tank, it's a good tank top. There was one tank top I had from Lulu's that I absolutely loved. And I just think I was able to style it in so many different ways. Like I styled it with trousers, I styled it with a satin skirt. It was just one of those pieces that I found myself grabbing when I had those like, I don't know what to wear moments. And I know people feel, you know, different people feel different ways about their arms, which I totally get, which is why you can throw that leather jacket on top. But you have like kind of like a base that works really well and that can be layered, which I also think is also equally important. Like the white button up or any color button up, you can throw that over a tank top and you can leave the buttons open, and now you have like a layered kind of outfit. There's different ways you can remix and wear these pieces. So it's not just about getting one piece and then hoping that that one piece works. It's about getting pieces that can create a cohesive start to your wardrobe, and then you can start adding in all the other little, you know, extra tidbits that you want. To that point, a good quality satin skirt. I definitely am privy to a satin skirt. I know not everybody feels that way, but let me explain. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. You can wear it with sneakers, you can wear it with heels, you can wear it with ballet flats. It looks good. A maxi satin skirt definitely works in that realm, but so does a midi satin skirt, so does a midaxi. I'm definitely more of a midaxi maxi satin skirt girl. I think that it works really well with the tank top, that Lulu's tank top that I mentioned. I wore that with a satin skirt last spring, and loved the outfit. It was simple, it was sleek, but I really liked the way I looked and I really liked the way it made me feel. It was basic, but it was good to me. And that's, again, an outfit that I could easily, throw on a button up. I think I did in like another capsule wardrobe video. This is one that you can definitely like kind of have fun with the colors. The one I showed here is a buttery yellow, and to me that's just it's a really good color against dark skin as well. Looks really nice. Next on the list is a fun pair of pants or trousers. Now I said fun pair because yes, I'm all for like a good traditional pair of like pants, but something that has a little bit more character, something that, maybe like a peg leg, maybe something that is more tapered at the bottom, something that has like a fun hem, fun pleats. A couple brands that come to mind is Manier, Devois. They have like a pair of slacks that I really gonna get my hands on. And then, oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of the brand, but I'll put the slack here. They're a black owned brand, and I had their slacks before, but I had to give it away. I think I sold them because they got too small, but I really love those. They were more tapered in. Also love the chocolate brown color, and they had like these kind of dramatic pleats. I think it was a fun play on your traditional slack. I added this piece in there because I do think you need something fun in your wardrobe, even if you're rebuilding. Like, you don't need to just stick with the basics and only have basic things. I realized that I like to invest in statement bottoms, and I have a couple of my Norma Kamali leopard leggings. Those to me are a statement bottom, and every time I do have the opportunity to wear them, I feel so giddy. I'm like, God, I love these so much. You can have fun a little bit. It's something that can be paired easily with all the other items that I mentioned earlier, because this is a fun pair. This is a fun item in your wardrobe, and you deserve a little fun in your life. You could branch out with this one, Next on the list is a medium-sized purse that can work for different occasions. I do love a good bag, and I love a good handbag for a different purpose. I feel like handbags have their purposes. So if you're rebuilding or you're revamping and you're needing like a good solid bag, go for a medium-sized tote bag. Something that has like a top handle, but that can also kind of convert into maybe something that you could throw over your shoulder, or even one that you can kind of almost hold as like a kind of oversized clutch. And I say a medium-sized bag works for that because the oversized clutch trend is definitely in right now, and that's a way to participate in that trend without spending extra money. A lot of bags fit this bill. Coach has a lot of bags that really fit that bill. Their Empire carryall, that bag can be worn as almost like a gigantic clutch. Any medium-sized bag, one that you could potentially take to work, but then you can remix it and take it out for the night, after work. One that you can wear on the weekend, and one that you can wear to church. You want a bag that is versatile and has different functions. And then as you're able to, you can add on to your collection, but you want something that fits your current situation now, which is just kind of having something that is both functional but also cute and stylish. Don't just go for something that's just functional but doesn't have no style, girl. Not with this outfit that you're about to put together, because you need something that has a little extra oomph. And that's when I personally believe accessories come into play, where you can like really have fun with this. So this is another thing. You don't have to stick with the neutral. You can go with like a colorful bag to add that pop of color to your outfits. Number 9, a statement earring. I purposely wore these earrings today. These are from Meshki because to me, this is like a statement earring. It is a jumbo teardrop. This thing is pretty huge. It's very lightweight though, but it is huge. This is kind of a statement earring to me, or a statement necklace. I think that, like in the same vein of having fun with the trousers, you can have fun with your accessories and your jewelry. This is the time to like kind of revamp, do something different if you want to or if you choose to. It adds that extra element to a somewhat simpler outfit. It just brings it all together in a way that feels cohesive, but that still kind of highlights your personal style. If you're not somebody who likes like statement jewelry like that, then you can go for just like, your simple gold hoop. But even then, go for something that maybe has like a little character. I think it's fun to just play around with the jewelry. I love playing around with my jewelry, and I mentioned in another video how I'm like elevating my wardrobe. That statement pieces is something that I'm being very intentional about adding to my wardrobe. And so I wanted to include that here again because you can add one statement piece. It don't gotta be multiple. As I came to Toronto, when I packed all my stuff, I was like, okay, I wanna pack like just like 1 or 2 statement earrings. And so I packed these with me. I do have my basic earrings, like my basic hoops and my basic kind of like huggies, but I wanted at least one earring that I knew would like, if I just really wanted to, have my face be the center of attention, an earring like this would kind of do that trick for me. The last thing I would say is a statement top that can be worn for different occasions. And I specifically say like a statement top just because I included like a button up and I included a tank top. But I think another top that really just has a little bit more pizzazz. Buy something that is completely different than maybe what you would normally wear, or buy something that, you know, you've always wanted to own, something that feels a little more funky, a little less functional, a little less like versatile, but it's in your closet and you love it. If you're rebuilding, I think that it's important to have fun with your dressing up and have fun with your styling. Sometimes your traditional, like everyday capsule styling can get a little mundane if you're just wanting to zhuzh it up and add a little extra. I wanted to include a statement piece, like a statement outfit piece, that will help you enjoy dressing up even with the limited pieces. That statement top can absolutely work with the cotton jeans. The statement top can absolutely work with the trousers. Then they can work with the satin skirt. And I mean like a top, not a tank top, but a top that just has a little bit of character. Off the shoulder, one shoulder, no shoulder, anything that that is off the shoulder. I'm gonna say tube top. Or long sleeve, open back, deep V cut, cut out on the side. Something, whatever fits your bill, whatever fits your aesthetic, whatever fits your style. Something that deviates from your norm, but will make you excited to wear it whenever you do get to wear it. Something that makes you really happy when you open up your closet and you're like, oh, look at that. Just sitting there looking cute. And those are all the 10 items, y'all. Nice and efficient. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is meant to be like a starting point. Building your wardrobe takes some time, it takes effort, and it doesn't happen in a day. In Rome, it does not happen in a day. Rome was not built in a day. It's gonna take some time and some effort. But with these pieces, you can have like your foundational pieces that will allow you to be able to expand and understand what you like and what you don't like and what you're wanting when you do go to do more shopping. And now you have pieces that you can think about, like I mentioned in my How to Shop Better video, pieces that you can think about when you are shopping for more things. You're like, oh, right, I have those jeans. Okay, I think that top would actually work with those jeans. All right, I have that skirt. Yeah, I think these shoes will actually work with that skirt. Like you wanna build cohesiveness, and that is exactly how you do it, by having your key foundational pieces ready to go. Yeah? Yeah. Please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the vibe I'm giving y'all, I would love for you to subscribe and join the family. I love showing up for y'all on here. As always, I will catch y'all in my next video. Until next time, bye.